The Walt Disney Company continues to struggle, specifically in Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. And now even people who are diehards for the company are coming out against current Imagineering. Let's talk about that on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place. And here with me is theme park connoisseur, Mr. VashSky. Vash, you doing all right?
I am doing just fine. Maybe better than, I don't know, the Imagineering offices right now when it comes to the reception for their latest projects. Like, I don't know, communicore Hall or the entrance to EPCOT. Think about it, Jonas. You spend all this money and time and effort into these things, and then they open, and then everybody says, wow, this is really terrible. That can't feel nice.
No. Look at these lights in the pavement here at EPCOT. Don't these look fantastic?
I take it all back.
These are great, but I don't believe these are the ones that are currently functioning there at EPCOT. I don't know where these were, but I seem to remember seeing these. But no. Of course, what we're talking about is this right here. From Blog Mickey, basically none of the World Celebration Gardens floor lighting works anymore at EPCOT, and a number of columns are now having issues. This is the end of Project Gamma. Well, this is not the end of Project Gamma. We'll be talking about the end of Project Gamma in just a moment. But this video from Blog Mickey is showing these panels, which were supposed to light up whenever, and they would synchronize with the lighting around Spaceship Earth. I think that lighting around Spaceship Earth is the only major change here that everyone has said, no, that's a good one. And the rest of it is this. These functioned not even for the entire first week that they were installed. Apparently, what we're hearing is there was some kind of pressure washing issue that they never tested these things out. According to the standards that they have always used at the parks for pressure washing, they never did the appropriate sealing on these lights. And even when they would replace them, they would quickly become damaged yet again. And so these lights are not functioning in any way now. Also, that was supposed to be a fountain in the middle, and instead it's a weirdly shaped planter. Let's not get too deep into that.
I agree. This is, I can't say I'm even necessarily surprised, because people will note, at least Disneylanders will note, that when Avengers Campus opened, there was this amazing Iron Man inspired arc reactor that guests would walk over as they entered into the land, at least from the performance corridor as part of that theme park in Disney California Adventure. Anyway, it wasn't so long until you had barriers around it set up, and they were preventing people from actually walking on top of it. There was a bunch of work that accrued over the next few weeks in order to sort out any issues that they had. So when it comes to floor lighting, WDI just hasn't had that good of a track record lately, which is odd. But now this is the entrance to what is supposed to be a premier theme park as part of Walt Disney World Resort. And as we've noted, Jonas, Walt Disney World Resort accounts for what? I mean, a third of the overall revenue for the entire company. You would think that they would want these things to look their best, especially after a huge economic investment that the company poured into the front of this park for, over 6 years? Didn't even last a couple days.
Right. And just to point that out, not a third of the revenue for the entire parks division, which is supposed to be not the largest section of the company. It used to be that media networks was the largest segment of the entire company, accounting for, let's see, if you divide it up by 40% was supposed to be media networks, and another 40% was supposed to be parks overall. Instead, you have one parks complex accounting for 30% of the revenue for the entire Walt Disney Company. That is how broken this company is. And you can't blame that all on Bob Chapek. You can blame some of this park stuff on Bob Chapek, but you can't blame the entire state of the company on him. Now, there is something that I want to add in here. Of course, the end of Project Gamma, which was supposed to include a viewing platform for Harmonious. By the way, Vash, have you seen Harmonious lately?
Well, I don't think anybody's seen Harmonious lately, because they replaced that with Luminous. Harmonious replaced Illuminations Reflections of Earth that had premiered in that park for, I don't know quite how long, but decades, okay? And a lot of people just said, hey, you know what? It just needs a touch-up. That's all you need to do. Disney said, in their infinite wisdom, we're going to go ahead and change out this entire show. We're just going to change it out completely, and we're going to put up these huge barges that were supposed to be mobile. So they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on this. From what I understand, about $250 million on just that project alone. And then obviously the pandemic came and it was like, okay, we're cutting back. So we're going to just moor these big old barges into the center of World Showcase Lagoon for everybody to enjoy or not throughout the day. And it was an absolute disaster. I don't even think, Jonas, did it last 1 year?
I don't think it did. I mean, obviously, this was pandemic planning here. I've seen Harmonious live. That was on Disney Plus for so long, and there are
Very
other
good.
ways to view it now. But I mean, it was a Disney fireworks show, so it was at least at that level to where I would say it is a Disney fireworks show. But it also was a little bit weird and a little too heavy on some of the things that maybe we roll our eyes about the Disney company right now. The death tacos, of course, being there during the day, those giant black barges ruining the view there for the World Showcase Lagoon. And then it was replaced by Luminous, which the rumor was that Luminous had a big retooling after maybe some of the original orchestrations were not up to the level that Disney was expecting. And then all of that had to be redone. So they've spent an amazing amount of money in order to redo all of this. I'm still waiting on that Mary Poppins ride, though. There is one other thing that we want to add, of course. The cherry on top of this entire situation is Communicore Hall. And for that, I don't think we could say it better than Jim Shull, a former Imagineer, a man who is very influential within the Walt Disney Company and retired after 33 years. By the way, Jim Shull has a YouTube channel, which I think you should all go check out. I would also like to encourage him to invest in his channel a little bit more because he has a lot of things to say, and I would love to hear more from him. That being said, he's also very controversial, but I think he's probably right on for this one. Time for a rant. This is an unacceptable embarrassment as show, and it is a waste of investment capital for the Walt Disney Company. When there's no festival using the space, it looks like a bus station. Hashtag bad Epcot. Hashtag empty Epcot. And he's right. Epcot is currently empty. The first 100 days of Project Gamma being done was met with nothing going on here. And in fact, I wonder if they only opened it so that they could host Tiana's Bayou Adventure media events here. No. Those were over at the Contemporary, weren't there? I think there was some kind of media event here.
There was, yeah, on the exterior there. Okay. How do you open up your festival center without an actual festival going on? This is left hand, right hand, not necessarily knowing what the other is doing, right? Because Imagineering is separate, obviously, from park management and operations, who would usually put on those festivals. It is unbelievable just how astray WDI and the entire company is, and I think there's no better embodiment than what you're seeing on screen right now, Jonas.
Yeah, I think you're right. Obviously, Communicore Plaza right here, it looks, I can't tell you that specifically my university cafeteria looked better than this space, but I have a feeling that it was. This is bland architecture. This is nothing that anyone should be impressed by. And I'm surprised that they didn't at least put a festival in there so that people got that first impression of what it would look like when it was fully activated. Instead, it just sits there and their first impression is this right here, instead of going, oh yeah, it does look a little empty when you don't have a festival in there. Instead, they view it as the empty festival space. Of course, outside they have the quote unquote Beyonce stage, which is hosting an Encanto sing along, which the performers are doing a good job with all of that. I'm not trying to say the performers aren't doing everything that they need to be doing, but they are dressed as semi-generic cast members, and they're doing a sing along to Encanto, which kids can do that at home. I'm just going to point out that kids can sing along to Encanto at home. So I don't understand this amazing level of funding that they use to transform, rip out great things at Epcot, including the Fountain of Nations, which was amazing. If we can point out how timeless fountains are, the fountains at Versailles are still functioning and people are still impressed by those. So I still don't understand what in the world is going on with the Walt Disney Company in its current state, with their $60 billion that they want to say that they're spending on parks. And then we have Communicore Plaza, the community college cafeteria here.
Yeah, yeah. If we are to expect that all of the $60 billion allocated towards the parks will be of the same quality as what we're seeing on screen, maybe you can keep your money.
Yep.
maybe just work on maintaining what you already have, because, dear Lord, think about the disturbance, Jonas, that this whole entire reinvigoration of Epcot has caused for the bottom line of this park, for park operations and managers. I remember hearing managers going, "We need our park back. This entrance, this Walcott, as it were, has disrupted our festivals. It's disrupted annual pass holder visitation. It's disrupted guests who would go to this park at night, who would opt to go to this park at night in order to take advantage of the nightlife and obviously illuminations and so forth. Get dinner reservations around the lagoon." All of that had been disrupted over Harmonious, Luminous, with the EPCOT Overhaul in general. So the Walt Disney Company didn't just lose the amount they invested into this park, but they also lost potential revenue, factors of which I don't even think I can quantify in my mind.
You know what's funny is, Vash, we've completely forgotten one entire aspect of this entire redo, and I'm wondering if you can remember it now.
We have the stuff that wasn't made. So the Play Pavilion stuff we didn't get, the Festival Center stuff we didn't get, the Mary Poppins stuff we didn't get. We have Cosmic Rewind, we have Harmonious, Luminous, and then we have communicore, the other stuff that associated with the entrance.
Yeah. Let's just talk
moana.
about. There we go.
It took
you that long to remember the other aspect of this. And Vash, in one word, how would you describe the current state of Moana's journey into water?
Dry.
I was going to go with busted, but that also works. So with this, I want to throw this to our commenters. What do you think about this entire situation here? How mad does it make you if you were to pay money and go and buy tickets to this park, and you show up and none of those lights are working? Does it matter to you at this point, or the lights just something that is you're walking past on the way to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind? I don't know which is the worst indictment, that it's really important and they didn't do it right, or it's not important at all and they wasted all this money. Let us know your thoughts on what in the world is going on over there at the Walt Disney Company in the comment section down below. Of course, like this video if you like this video, and consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media account.